Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm chatting with Pat McCutcheon from Leaves. Leaves is pioneering the legal use of coca extract with an innovative patent-pending decocainization process, enabling them to provide natural coca-based ingredients for the food, beverage, and agricultural sectors. Partnering with Colombia's NASA Indigenous community, the company has exclusive rights to produce and distribute coca extracts for use in flavor, nutritional, and functional beverage products. With strong government support in Colombia, Leaves is committed to sustainable practices and a positive social impact, directly benefiting Indigenous communities. Today, we're going to discuss the company's upcoming public listing via a reverse takeover this December, the distinct value their products bring to the American market, and the investor interest that they've garnered. All right, everybody, enjoy the interview. Pat, thanks for joining us today.
Steven, thanks so much to be back on. It's great to see you again, man.
It's been a while. We had you on a couple of years ago. We're obviously long the stock and Leaves, so we're thrilled to get an update for our audience. I'd like to start by asking you, for our audience that is unfamiliar with the Leaves story, what's the high-level overview of the company? What is Leaves? What do you guys do?
Yeah, Leaves, one of the most exciting, unique, and differentiated companies, I think, in the market at this point. We are the first international group to sign a deal with the Colombian Indigenous groups and have created the first legal supply, fully vertically integrated legal supply source of coca extract from the coca plantations in the Indigenous region in Colombia. And we decocanize that extract, and now we're bringing those two products into the US internationally. Basically, I can show you right here. Our first product is what would be well known as the Coca-Cola secret. It's the full essence of the coca plant, and it's typically only been used in Coca-Cola, where everyone has tasted this for over 100 years. And now we're bringing this product to a number of different categories in energy drinks and functional beverages. And our second product that we're bringing to market now is a Coca Essence, which is an alcohol-based coca blend that is a flavor additive to different spirits, vodka, gin, tequila, you name it, as well as perfumes. So a very exciting opportunity now as we've just executed on our full supply chain over the last 3 years, have engaged a number of new partners, and are exporting our products as we speak.
So right now, if I wanted any type of coca product and I live in the US, what's available for me? Like what does your competition look like?
Yeah, the competition is pretty low right now. We have basically no other competition in terms of supplying coca extract for a number of different beverage applications and food applications and food and bev. There's no other company in the world that does what we do. With the relationship that we've built with the Colombian government and the Indigenous in Colombia, we're the only group that can now legally bring in, with FDA approval, DEA approval, with the analysis of our products into the US for consumers to then serve manufacturers to take our product and then add it into a number of different shelf-ready energy drinks that will be available in the first quarter of next year.
So what's the response been like from the food companies you've chatted with? I'm sure you guys have had discussions with some of the big drink manufacturers out there. What's the response been like?
Yeah, well, I can't obviously get into specific names, but we've been really excited and actually even quite surprised from some perspectives of the response. We're working with just over 100 companies now in our BD pipeline, ranging from flavor houses that would take our product in to create new formulations for major CPG companies, to major CPG companies, brand companies in big alcohol, energy drinks, and big tobacco companies, all looking at a new and unique hero product, and coca being probably one of the most unique products that is available now, where consumers have known what this product is for so many years, but have never had the ability to try it in any other product other than Coca-Cola.
So Pat, one thing I got to ask you about is what's the investor response been like so far?
The investor response has been great. Very, very specific and unique with retail investors specifically at this point, where the markets have been difficult the last couple of years, but we've done a fantastic job The company's raised almost $23 million now privately, non-brokered. So we've done this as a team through our networks. We have a significant portion of the equity base being retail investors, but now over the last 6 months or so, since we've now started commercializing our product, had a lot of interest from institutional groups in the US and Canada. And we feel that now with our first listing, Canada expects on the CBOE that we're going to have a significant increase now in institutional investor interest in the company.
Now, I'm not sure if you can answer this, but I'm sure everybody's going to be wondering, do you guys have any plans to list on like the OTCs in the US, or what might that look like?
Yeah, well, our first priority right now is to execute on our first listing, as I mentioned, CBOE, and we're expecting to list this year, pending approval, obviously. We're very excited to then take the next steps to the OTC and then ultimately look at a NASDAQ target. We've always positioned this company and prepared it in terms of auditing, preparing our diligence documents to list on the NASDAQ. And we feel that the NASDAQ is a perfect exchange for us to position on all the unique partners that we're going to bring on in terms of our business partnerships and our commercial opportunities. And the fact that the NASDAQ really supports new companies that have an incredible blue sky opportunity. And I think that as the first coca company with no other competitors, it's a great opportunity to put our trailblazing position on the NASDAQ as we go forward.
So you guys are currently going through a raise right now prior to going public. I guess you guys are doing, would it be an IPO?
We're doing an RTO. It's a planned RTO onto the CBOE Canada to start. We're running a sub-receipt concurrent financing at the moment, and we've actually oversubscribed this significantly. We've doubled what our initial target was, and we're looking to actually close this off by Friday the 15th. It's a really short term in terms of closing the raise, but we're looking at a significant over allotment at this point. And as soon as we close this sub receipt financing, it's then a run to our first listing on the CBOE in Canada.
If any of our investors were watching and they were an accredited investor, this is not investment advice, and I'm not making a recommendation or anything here. But if any of them saw this interview and they thought that this was interesting, where could they go to? Did they go to Powerly's website?
Powerly's website has a link. It's very obvious in terms of the invest page. This sub-receipt financing is at 50 cents US with a full 75-cent warrant. And it's obviously a sub-receipt deal linked to the execution of the listing itself. So go onto the website, www.powerleaves.com, and look for the investor segment. And it's very obvious where you can click on. And I'll be very honest, it's as I mentioned, we're significantly oversubscribed now. We've got a short term before we close this off. So if you're interested, better go to the website quickly and click on that investor page.
So let's just say that I am an investor in the company, which I am, or I'm watching you guys as I go, this is an interesting story I want to keep tabs on. What do I expect from the company out of your first year here in terms of news flow, catalysts, milestones, those sorts of things? I know you can only say so much, but what should my expectation be for the type of news flow I should be watching out for?
Yeah, we expect to have a significant amount of news flow, especially in the early days. A number of new supply chain partners where we've actually looked at bringing on major US partners to assist and accelerate our supply chain with regards to quality certifications and the ability to move volume, commercial volume into the US and international markets. And then, as I said before previously, we're working with now just over 100 companies in our BD pipeline. So we're expecting to really surprise the investor community with a number of new brand companies that will be utilizing our coca-based extracts in primarily energy drinks to launch to start. And then the actual launch of products, which we expect there will be numerous products on the shelf for consumers to try in the US and across Europe in early Q1 next year.
All right, well, Pat, thanks very much for hopping on here today. I think that this is going to be a story that there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on in 2025 in terms of it's a unique deal. There's nothing really out there quite like it. And I always, as a risk investor, love those stories because you're not elbowing everybody for attention. And as a shareholder, I appreciate all the work you're putting in to move the company forward, and I look forward to that listing in December.
Absolutely, Steve. Thank you so much. It's been, yeah, you've been close to the story for almost 3 years now, when I spent the majority of the time actually in the jungle, setting up the labs and working with our Indigenous partners, now to moving through numerous successful financings, and then on the eve of our first listing, and then to follow on a number of new commercial partnerships. So thanks so much for being part of the journey, Steve. And we're really excited to show a great ROI to our investors, our shareholder base, and then new investors to come on the news that we're going to be putting in with new partnerships and product on the shelf.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks so much, Steve.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this interview, please smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, and let us know what you think in the comment section. Thanks, everyone.